Hi, in this video we're going to be looking at hyperbola. We're going to be looking at the effect of Q. In the previous video we looked at the effect of A on the graph. So the first example we have y equal to 4 over x plus 1. We're going to use a table. We're going to use the factors of 4 plus or minus. So we're going to use minus 4, minus 2, minus 1, 1, 2, 4. We're going to substitute our x value into the equation. 4 divided by negative 4 plus 1. 4 divided by negative 4 is negative 1 plus 1 is 0. You can use your calculator. 4 divided by negative 2 plus 1. That will give you negative 1. 4 divided by negative 1 plus 1. That gives you minus 3. 4 divided by 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 divided by 2 is 2 plus 1 is 3. And 4 divided by 4 plus 1 is 2. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to plot these points on a graph. And to be able to do that, you can use graph paper or a normal page. We're going to start by plotting the points on our Cartesian plane. The first point is minus 4, 0. So we've got minus 4, 0. The next point is minus 2, minus 1, minus 2, minus 1. The next point is 1, 5. Sorry, minus 1, minus 3, minus 1, minus 3. Then we're going over to 1, 5. Next point is 2, 3. The last point is 4, 2. Now that we have our points, we are ready to join these points to form our hyperbola. Okay, here we go. Joining our points, we get a curve, and on the other side we join our points, we get the curve that we are looking for. So you look at the graph and we see that the graph does not touch y equal to 1, so we're going to indicate this with a dotted line. So you must be wondering, how would you know that? So this one, 4 over x plus 1, the plus 1 represents your asymptote. So before you start to draw a hyperbola in future, first draw the asymptote, which will give you your boundary mark so that the graph does not touch this line. Let's investigate this graph a little further. Y equal to a over x plus q. So what is the effect of q? In this case, what is the effect of the plus 1 to the graph 4 over x? First point, we note the asymptote. The new asymptote is y equal to 1. In the previous graph of y equal to 4 over x, the asymptote would have been the x-axis. It's now moved up 1 unit. And x is equal to 0, that's your y-axis, that's your other asymptote. So the value of q, in this case plus 1, means that the graph has shifted up 1 unit. If this was negative 1, it means the graph will move down 1 unit. Let's move on. So we're going to draw y equal to 3 over x minus 1. We need a table, and we're going to use the factors of 3, which is 1 and 3. We want 3 points, so we can use 6, which is your multiple of 3. So we got 1, 3, 6, minus 1, minus 3, minus 6. Using your calculator, we're going to go and substitute the x value. 3 over minus 6 minus 1. That'll give us minus 1.5 or minus 1.5. Then we're going to substitute the minus 3 into this equation. We'll get minus 2. Then the minus 1. That'll give us minus 4. Then we're going to substitute the 1. That'll give us 2. Substituting the 3. That'll give us 0. And the last one, 6. 3 over 6 is half. Half minus 1 is minus half or minus 0.5. We are now ready to draw and plot this graph. So to save time, this is what our graph is going to look like. And the first thing you should have done is drew your asymptote at minus 1. This negative 1 represents your new asymptote. The graph is shifted 1 unit down. And here's our points: minus 6, minus 1.5, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, minus 4. And on the positive side of the x-axis, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 0, and 6 minus 0.5. Also, we notice that we have an intercept sitting at this point, and if you want to know what the intercept is, when y is 0, the x value is 3. So we have an x-intercept sitting at the point called 3. So that is our x-intercept, which is good to note. And we could have found it by using our equation and letting y equal to 0. So what is the effect of q, in this case -1, on this graph? The asymptote now is y equal to -1. There's our line. Also x equal to 0, which is your y-axis. And the graph has shifted 1 unit down. We're going to draw one more graph with a condition. So we have xy equal to 3. So what we're going to do in this equation is we're going to make y the subject of the formula. So y is equal to, dividing both sides by x, we get 3 over x. Now there's a restriction that x has to be greater than 0, which is positive. So we are only going to use the positive factors of 3 and the multiple. So instead of using minus 6 minus 3 minus 1, there's a restriction, so we'll only use 1, 3, 6. So we're ready to substitute. 3 divided by x, in the first case it's 1. 3 divided by 1 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. And 3 divided by 6 is half. We're going to plot these points, which you can do. And if you plot the points, the first point is 1, 3. There's our point 1, 3. The next point is 3, 1. At 3 we should be plotting a point 1. And the last point is 6, half. And if we join these points, we would get the hyperbola we are looking for. Notice the graph is y equal to 3 over x, so there's no shifting of the graph up or down. So our asymptote stays as the x-axis and the y-axis. So you'll notice we only have the hyperbola on the positive side of the x-axis due to the restriction. Thank you.